Hey everyone, a bit of a different video today. So I had someone tell me that they got a 35.6 and they were trying to get into the top 50 on the leaderboards, but they weren't exactly sure how. So I had them send me their video clip. And so what we're going to do is we're going to analyze it alongside with the world record and see exactly where they are losing frames and time, so that way they can get that time as low as possible. So before we do that though, let's go ahead and look at the leaderboards for this stage. And let's see where top 50 is at, so that way we know exactly what we're dealing with and what we need to do here. Okay, so top 50, you need to be below roughly a 0.45. Okay, so I have both the clips pulled up here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to analyze this, go frame by frame in certain parts. Here we go. And we're just going to see what we need to do. So I can tell you probably one thing is going to be this very first jump. I could see frames being lost on this first jump right here. Oh yeah, actually quite a few frames were lost right there. So I should also clarify, this top video is the world record and this bottom one is the submission video. So I can tell you there will be quite a few frames lost here just because of this landing point. You don't necessarily want to land on this corner. If you can, you want to land pretty well in line with this board. That's where you want to aim for, because that gives you the best line and you'll barely make it. It'll take you quite a few tries. You'll probably fall into the water a lot trying to get this, but this is the more optimal spot to land. So I think the jump itself looked fine. Let's see. Yeah, the jump itself looks fine, actually. You could jump like a frame later, but honestly, it's not that big of an issue. So yeah, like I said, you definitely want to land closer to where this board is, save as much time as possible. So we're gonna go over here to the goop. Okay. And we're gonna see exactly how many frames we've lost, roughly. This still isn't the best estimate. We'll get a better idea whenever we jump off, start going toward the seal. But let's see how many frames we've lost according to this at the moment, based on when this goop starts picking up. So say we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So about 9 frames right here. And then, like I said, we'll go to this jump and get a pretty good idea as well. So the way usually I like to figure this out is I go whenever the shadow is gone, which will be this next frame, and then I count from this moment on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like the shadow is gone. Yeah, looks like the shadow is gone on the 9th frame, so that lines up. So yeah, that first jump alone is costing about 9 frames in itself, which is roughly, how much time is that? That's like 0.150. Yeah, that's like 0.150 seconds already, roughly. And we'll just double check our math on the seal. So yeah, we'll go whenever it does, like little arrows for the eyes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 frames. Okay, yeah, we keep getting 9 frames. So that first jump is definitely where a lot of time could be saved. All right, so let's just keep going. See if there's other spots. I just realized I muted the wrong video. I meant to mute the world record one so we could just hear this one. Anyways, as I was about to say, it looks like we've lost a couple of frames here on this section as well. Because what's going on is, you see they jump over this, which this is fine. But this turn to try to go to this spot is where time is being lost as well. No, let me just let me go frame by frame instead. It might be easier to see that way. So the idea is you want to go in straight lines as much as you possibly can throughout this stage. So what should have happened is once they landed on this, instead of going in this line and then turning, what they should have done is whenever they landed, they should have just made a straight line toward their target. Again, nothing just too critical, but just small movements. Small movements in the air and whatnot will cost you. You can kind of see they were a little too far to the right and then went left. Yeah, you can see they're starting to veer a little bit left. You don't want to do that if you can avoid it. You want to go in as many straight lines as possible. That's really kind of key to cutting your time down in really just about any stage. And let's see. Let me go back and look at their ice or this glass slide. Okay, so the glass slide looked good. May have jumped maybe a couple of frames early. Let's see. No, actually, no, that was a really good. That was a good glass slide jump, actually. Yeah, this is a good slide. They have this down. This is really, really good. Okay, so let's see based on those small movements how many frames we are behind now. So again, I'm just going to go off of whenever this shadow disappears from this edge. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So all those small little movements up to this point cost about 4 frames. Let me just get the calculator so I can do accuracy. I usually know this stuff off the top of my head, but let me just... So, okay, 0.066 is how much is lost with that. I don't want to give inaccurate numbers too much. All right, so we'll continue. So again, another angle. You noticed how, okay, so this ramp is straight, and then the next one was way off to the right. You don't want that. You get a bit of speed whenever you slide across this, so you want to take it as straight as possible, and if you're having to make turns, it's going to cost you. So again, we'll just kind of count. I don't think it'll lose too many frames right there, but I do think it probably costs probably 1 or 2. Well, this one's going to be kind of hard to judge. Looks like we'll go by like his foot along with this crack. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's kind of hard to tell. It might be 18 now, so maybe another 4 frames or so right there. All right, let's just continue on. So this U-shaped slide, it's a little, it looks like they're actually slightly too low. You don't want to start while it's inclining. You want to start just before it's inclining. Like I usually go by this little shiny mark right here, and I go just to the left of it, and then take it all the way down and back up. And when they jumped, this is a good spot to jump from. So literally, as long as you go a little higher on this jump, then you'll save some more frames. And again, I'm not going to go too much into detail on it because I've said it multiple times. Okay, so yeah, like I said, these little small movements, every little bit of small movement you make will cost you time. So basically, if you were wanting to land right here, instead of making these adjustments like this, where you should be going straight for that is from this jump. You should already be making your straight line. Let me go up here so I can point it out. You should be going for this pillar from this jump right here. So any adjustments you have to make on the way is going to start costing you frames. Okay, and one other thing I see right here. So you don't really want to go off to the side. You want to go straight at the finish line button. Preferably, if you're on this platform, just pretty well go right over the eyes. Because if you go to the side, then it's costing you more time by having to basically go out more. Because if you go right here, the button is closer to you just because of the way it's shaped. But the more you start going off to the side, you can see the farther the edge of the button is getting away from you, and it starts costing you time on that as well. So that was more of a in-depth analysis. Actually, let's see the frame difference now that I think about it. Let's go ahead and see the frame difference right here. We'll do one last frame count. So we'll go when this button turns blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so it looks like 26 frames right there. So yeah, yes, that math checks out. So yeah, if you just make all of those adjustments, no, really the biggest thing I noticed with this run is all of the small adjustments during the run. You don't want to make those adjustments as much as you can avoid them. You want to just go in straight lines as much as you possibly can. So the biggest thing I noticed, honestly, was this very first jump. There's so much time that could be saved in this first jump alone. That's really the biggest thing I noticed that would cut the time down as much as possible. So definitely aim for this board if you can and try to land on the ice just above it. But yeah, that was an in-depth analysis on this video. A world record time compared to a submission time. And hopefully it helps other people if you've been losing time and you're not exactly sure where. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye.